Hey everyone, this is WobblyWallaby. Ragnarok Mobile's top classes are almost all hero classes. The power level of these hero classes seem to make classic classes rather obsolete. So, what will the devs do about it? The devs had put out a poll in the Ragnarok Mobile Discord channel to ask the community which classic job should be useful once more. People were asked to choose their top 5 favorite jobs for the development team to review first. Here were the results via the emotes. And here is the summary. For the top 5, the community voted for Saint, Divine Avenger, Novice Guardian, Stellar Hunter, and Chronomancer. In this video, I'll discuss my thoughts on how the devs should balance these classes, as well as share the builds the community had wanted for each of these classes. I think for the class revamp to work, new archetypes should be created or improved upon. I think diverse strategies will make people more interested, because after all, if the classes behave just like hero classes, then why not choose those instead? First is Saint. For PvE, the Dark Convert meta, which was popularized by White-Star Airship, led to a completely new build and strategy for Saints. This was a great archetype improvement, and I think this build should be improved by allowing this to work on all instances, and having a higher chance to convert and having the target stay converted. I don't think the Dark Convert meta right now is very free-to-play friendly, as the best converters are the ones that go auto-attack melee and stand in the front lines for maximum convert uptime. The community had wanted improvements to the support tank build, especially for PvP, and I'd be curious what that would mean as I find Saints to be pretty tanky already. Next is Divine Avengers. For PvE, Divine Avengers tank very well, especially in White-Star Airship and Floor 3 of Legend Museum. What I would love to see is a huge buff to the Earth Drive build. A long time ago, Earth Drive was a newbie-friendly way to deal damage to bosses as it scaled off Vit and defense, and so people with horrendous Adventure Handbook deposits could still do well with it. I think archetypes that help new players would be very nice to see. Earth Drive does need to have much lower cast cooldown and cast delay if we're ever going to see it being used. Now if you look for the builds, the community wanted the Tank Reflect and Sacrifice build for PvP, which would be nice. Also for Earth Drive, quite a few wanted it for PvE, which is what I'm hoping for. Next is Novice Guardian. I really hope they add some life back to the Cartornado build. This build has fallen from favor. I would love for the 90% wind damage reduction to be removed from Legend Isles and Museum, and maybe more built-in wind damage increases like Thor has. I really miss playing this class, and this is one of my most newbie-friendly classes to play since you only need 2 second line runes to play this class, unlike the 3 to 6 second line runes we now need to play hero classes. From the build polls, it looks like many people wanted a better Magic Nogu. My friend Perky has a crazy strong Magic Novice Guardian that can clear most weekly instances, so I know it is possible, but it probably needs better things for semi-free-to-play players. After all, most Magic classes require better gear and cards to overcome the weaknesses of Magic classes. I'd say Magic is great for PvP, so hopefully the devs will do something about it. Next is Stellar Hunter. For PvE, I would love to see Trap Hunter be heavily buffed. For auto attack, I feel like Fenrir already is better as an auto attacker, so why make a mediocre copy of it? Trap is more unique, and I think it just needs more damage over time options so it can take down bosses. For example, providing an option so you can do damage over time, and then if you don't want to do damage over time, you have an option to do one shot. A long time ago, Trap used to be nice as a free-to-play option for one-shotting the Tesseract in the TTL era. But sadly, that era is long gone. With the damage caps on new instances, traps can't do much, so hopefully the devs will let us get past that. Looking at the community responses, Auto Attack, Warg, or Falcon, and Trap all seem high in demand. In general, I think Stellar Hunters need a lot of love, as it seems to have fallen out of favor compared to many classes in both PvE and PvP. Next is Bolter for Chronomancer. I would also like to see this build do well. It is a very fun build, and I tried making this work, but you do have to be pretty well in order to dent heroes or players. I think the bolts need to do way more damage or hit at an insane rate to get this working. The community also wanted Bolter real bad, especially for PvP, so hopefully the devs will let us shower opponents with even more unlimited bolts. Now, besides the top 5, here are some of my opinions on other classes I'd like to see revamped. Versus the Auto Attack Ruin Master, I feel like many people invested a ton into this class and it's being power crept quite a bit, all that hard work and not much to show for it. So I would definitely want auto attack to be boosted, especially having splash damage. Right now a lot of people have to use the Baphomet card in order to do some splash damage, but unfortunately you take a huge damage hit because of that. If they could have built in splash, that'd be a lot better. Also, I've heard people complain that sometimes their auto attack gets dropped due to the server lag. It'd be great if they also have some damage over time options, so even if your auto attack misses, you're still damaging the boss. Or the devs should just fix that server lag issue that we've been having for years. Next for Arcane Master, I hope it gets a lot of buffs. I feel like ever since Slayer came out, it had no use as a skill rotation user for magic, but since Slayer is not going to get released anytime soon, so I feel like Arcane Master should be Slayer 2.0. Its skills need to do way more damage in order to compete, and you know what, I'd love to see Meteor Storm have a comeback. It would bring back a ton of nostalgia in order to do Meteor Storm once again to take down bosses, just like the good old days. Next for Spirit Whisperer, I really wish the magic build would get buffed. I know a lot of people have tried the magic build and I think it's quite good for PvP, but I'd also like this to actually be good for PvE as well. I think the biggest problem with this build is that you really need the plus 15 accessories, and that's often hard to snap. It'd be better if you could get these damage increases through skills or class specific items that don't require you to have Refine 15. Finally, one that I would like to add is Dragon Fist. I know for a long time people really wanted this to work. It's okay for boss hunting, but I think these days you're going to be dominated by Saitama or Heinrich, so they really don't have that much use. I think if there was a way to make it work in PvE, it'd definitely be incredibly good. For a class that was once feared for its PvE possibilities and being unfair for boss hunting, I really would like to see Dragon Fist shine again. What are your thoughts on these classic classes in Ragnarok Mobile? What kind of revamps are you looking for? Let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Here's a video that I would recommend, and if you want help choosing a class, check out this tier list playlist over here.